Welcome to Nestology, where we make the best of your nest. I'm your host, Shelley Connell.
And I'm Jessica Russell. And today we are going to change it up and do something a little different. We're going to just share some crazy stories with the stuff that...
Crazy
stories. With the stuff that we see. So we have been told by some of our friends that we have to share these stories when we share them over cocktails. So
we must share. No names will be divulged.
Yes, we will change private information. But yeah, so we have poured ourselves some cocktails and we are going to sit here. Cheers.
Here we go. Let's clink it up.
Don't spill mine.
Don't spill your martini. It's so fancy.
Yes.
Clink.
There we go.
There we go. It's necessary for this one.
Yes. So, we see a lot in this business and yeah, we can't wait to share.
Tequila's really strong. It's needed, though. It's much needed. Yeah, we've got some crazy stories. We've got years and years and years. So where do we
keep
start?
coming up with more the more we talk. We're like, oh, wait, that one.
Oh, my gosh.
But you think Dirty John to start?
Yes, start with Dirty John, please.
Okay, so for those of you may have heard of it through there was a podcast years ago, and then it turned into a Netflix show called Dirty John.
So good.
Yeah, it was very good. But the podcast was on, and I was telling a friend about something going on, and she was like, you have to listen to this podcast. And it was exactly what I was going through with a client. And it was just this scammy guy, and I'm seeing all the red flags, and she was
we can't say anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's moments where I'm like, girl, do you understand what you're doing here? Shelley got to help them with the loan.
I did.
For the new place.
And I got the same vibe as well. And it was very, very sad when you just feel like, you got to do your job and you can't say run.
Yes.
Run to the hills. Get the fuck out.
Yes. And we try, but I mean, like, we're not their friends and family. They don't know us. They're not.
Right?
We shouldn't be telling them who to marry and not marry.
Though. We actually are counselors.
We play therapists quite often.
We do. We just don't get paid for it.
Right. Real estate / therapist.
Yes.
This couple reached out to me, and the woman lived in the area, owned a home, and said, I met a man online, and we're going to get married, and we need to buy a bigger house. And from the first meeting, it was love bombing. Lots of love bombing. And anytime any serious topics came up, suddenly he was kissing her and telling her she was just the most gorgeous woman in the world, and suddenly her head was in the clouds.
She was just swept away.
She was.
But it wasn't real.
It wasn't. So there was lots of talk of all this money he had. All this money. And...
what about his car?
Right. Well, he said he had all this money, all these properties, and the first time I pulled up to the house and saw his car...
duct taped together.
Yep. It was... I don't know how that thing was running. And I was like, that doesn't look like... Now, I don't want to judge, because I run my cars into the ground, too. But it was duct taped together. And then we sat down to go over the numbers, and this is the red flag here. We were looking at her house and what it would sell for, and I had a net sheet prepared for her so that she...
Were they already married?
Not yet. They got married during this process.
That's right.
They ran off.
That's right.
And got married. So
he was trying to reel her in.
He is trying to understand everything, because there's different laws from state to state on like community property and everything. So she already owned this house before. And so he sees the net sheet. She's sharing the info with him. And he said, now, since we're married, am I entitled? Do I half own this house? And the answer is no. And he said, but if we put it into another house after we get married, then I own half of it, right? I'm like, red flag.
Oh
and
gosh.
I looked at her.
Run.
And he's like, you're so beautiful. And she just swoons. And I'm like, girl, do you understand the risk involved? Do you want to get a prenup? Do you want to talk to an attorney?
Gosh, yeah, all the things.
I tried. And like I said, every time there was any serious talk, he would just kiss her and tell her she was gorgeous. Yeah, they did end up moving forward, but each step of the way, we were trying to get him on the loan app, and he said that he had some things going on and not the right time for him to be on the loan app.
He didn't want the liability.
He didn't. Well, he also did. He told me off to the side one day that he had massive, massive debt. That's why he couldn't. He knew he wouldn't qualify.
It's not the real reason.
I asked if he wanted help selling his houses he owned, because he owned property.
So he said.
Mm-hmm. But he claimed he had too much to do to get them ready, and the market wasn't great there, so he wasn't ready to sell the houses, so he was making zero contributions to this process, but getting to put his name on title, red flag.
He wanted all the ownership.
We did it. They sold her house, bought big expensive house, and
Then what happened?
it was a month later, maybe not even that, and got a call that they were separating. At least at this point, haven't...
Did he get the money?
I don't know what he got out of the divorce. I haven't heard any updates, but yeah, it was...
So sad.
It's awful. And if you're a client of mine, you may have had me overstep a little bit, because there's been times I'm like,
Gotta step in.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need help?
You know why? You're a caring person. That's why.
I am. But I get so worried about some of these. Well, gosh, that kind of leads me into... we're going to talk about Bob here. Name change.
Bob. Good old
Speaking
Bob.
of bad people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Boy, I remember that one.
Yeah, that was
right
another
off
one.
the bat.
We did together.
Well, we sort of did.
Oh, yeah.
We sort of did.
Sort of. We started.
Until I fired him.
Yeah. Well, so this one, even though...
But we're still friends. Thank you for that.
Yes. Well, this is actually what brought Shelley and I closer together.
The truth. The truth has a way of doing that.
Yes. This was a buyer that my team was working with. This actually was another agent on my team working with him. And so I had not experienced much of this gentleman. So
Rage.
I was just helping my agent on the paperwork side, so I wasn't talking to him very much. But I get a call. My agent got them under contract on a house, and I get a call the next day from Shelley. Oh, no, it was a text message.
It was a text. I was too scared to call you, actually, because I was crying.
Yes, and she said, I'm so sorry, but I just had to fire Bob.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be working with him anymore. So I picked up the phone and called her and made her talk to me.
Immediately.
She's sobbing. She was
I was
worried
like,
that I was going to hold it
"Dang
against her or
it."
be mad at her.
Well, you know, when you get totally cussed out for no apparent reason, like that's kind of a big red flag. And I couldn't put my team through it. I didn't feel like I deserved that treatment.
Yeah.
And I honestly, that I'd never fired a client that had just gotten under contract.
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
I remember, he cussed you out, but I don't even remember what it wasn't even like a mistake or anything. I think like rates had changed or something was different.
Yeah.
On the numbers, but yeah, they were, it may have even been just like the
Down
taxes.
payment amount or something.
Taxes may have been higher or something. I can't remember the exact reason, but something just wasn't going his way. And so I called the agent that on my team and asked how he had been behaving, because I had not heard anything like this. And she said, well, there's a lot of rage. You know,
towards his fiance.
Well, and the houses, like, he would like punch counters and doors, and like he would be mad about a house and like hit the walls. And I was like, these are red flags. We don't work with people like this. Like, you could be putting yourself in danger. And she said that he had never acted out towards her, but he would belittle his fiance and saying horrible things to her and just violence in general. Scary.
It was very scary. It was the right thing, but it was also very scary for me to do that and to call you and to tell you. Well, to text you. I was a chicken. Because I was crying. Because I was so mortified about the whole thing. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I have to, you got to follow your gut and you got to follow your intuition. And I'm like, I can't. I can work with anybody.
Yep.
But this one, different beast.
Yep. Well, it was the smart move. Like you said, it's about taking care of the other people. Because, you shouldn't put up with that yourself. But then you also have to take care of the people around you. So it's who else, which we'll get to that too. But yeah, we got another lender and got him through closing. It was a hot mess.
It was a non-favorite lender of yours.
Yes, like, Shelley's my favorite. So, yes, an inferior lender took over. And
exactly.
We got it to closing. It was messy and it had to get delayed because, the other lender couldn't close it as quick as Shelley could and not as amazing. So we got to closing, but here's, we already had possibly burned a bridge with the lender by referring someone that treated them so poorly. But then apparently my AC guy got pulled into the mix. So there was some kind of smart system in the house and they didn't understand how it works. So they got into the house the first day, thought the AC wasn't working. And instead of contacting me or the agent they were working with or anyone else. They called one of our preferred vendors off our list and told the AC guy that the sellers were paying for it without any discussion about it. So the guy left after, going out there and figuring out the problem and everything, and asked how to send the invoice to the sellers, called me. So, of course, the sellers weren't going to pay for that, and he was refusing to pay, so I ended up footing the bill on that because I didn't want my AC guy going without pay on a job he did. But
so yeah, you paid.
I paid.
Because the client refused to pay the bill.
Yep.
Same
but see,
guy.
It trickles down, and I've had people, oh, my poor handyman has been treated poorly before, and that's, if we choose to work with bad people, they're going to treat everyone, and then you're going to burn bridges with all your vendors and
Absolutely.
your partners, the people you work with, because if you're known for bringing bad people, they don't want to work with you.
So true. So true.
I mean, you and so many of my contractors and stuff, they'll jump through hoops for me. So
absolutely,
I want to take care of them and send them good people.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So those are a couple of our crazy guys.
That was a crazy one. What else you got? What else you got
Should
today?
we go on to another?
Ooh,
crazy?
Yes.
Well, this one's not one that Shelley has any involvement with, but
no, it's still great.
I recently had some property for sale, and we had issues with a crazy neighbor. So he had been illegally using this land because there was nothing on it. So he just kind of extended his property and got to have more land for his animals. And so he was upset when they put the house on, or the land on the market.
So he was using somebody else's land
Illegally, which he thought
he had every right to it?
Yeah, he actually ended up calling an attorney at one point and tried to prove that he was in the right.
Why? Did he have cows on it?
Yes. He did.
That made it his?
Yep. So we had attorneys involved working on this. But in the meantime, I had like a surveyor go out to do boundary lines and create a survey. And he came out with a shotgun and chased them off the property.
Oh, my goodness.
And then I had a fence guy out trying to, fence off the property. And he actually at one point had sealed off, he took out the gate and put up a fence so that we couldn't even access the property. So we had a fence guy out putting in a new gate so we could access the property again because he kept locking us out. And
of a property that wasn't his.
Yeah. And he pulled up and pulled out another gun and chased him off the property. So
oh my goodness.
It was a wild ride.
People
having to deal with that.
People can be crazy.
Yes. So.
Oh my gosh.
It was an interesting one to deal with. So.
Fun
that was the
things.
worst neighbor that I've ever had to deal with. I've had houses where there's neighbors who don't take care of their yard or have like a beat up, car on blocks next door, ugly things. But this was the first one I had.
It's a little different.
Threats with a weapon.
If the weeds are, 4 feet tall, that's a little different than a gun.
Right. Well, what do you have?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Maybe,
wow. Well, talk about using things. Yeah, I know some of the people, Jessica, the ones that.
Well, this is one I feel bad about now.
Oh, well, let's just go talk about that then. Yeah, so it's like I am hosting a party, and as Jessica mentioned, like all the people that work closely with her, will jump through hoops, and I am one of those people. And got requested for a pre-approval literally like an hour before I had a party at my house getting started. And of course, I whip out my laptop and working with the client, getting the pre-approval done and set up so that way they could make an offer. And then only to find out come Monday they were using me over the weekend because their lender doesn't work weekends.
She was out of town, I found out. So
she was out of town.
She was out of town.
She was out of town.
And they wanted to write an offer.
Okay.
So
they used my pre-approval letter to actually write the offer, and then decided to go with the lender once she got back from vacation.
Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah.
nothing like
the way it was presented to me was, oh yeah, we would love to meet with your lender and see what she has to say. And they played it up that they were actually going to use you. And then Monday it was like, oh no, we got our lender. We're good.
Oh my goodness. And so, yeah, those of you listening, just so you know, we don't get paid for that.
Yeah, they didn't even give her a chance to compare numbers.
It was it wasn't about the numbers.
Yeah, it wasn't. They just wanted the pre-approval because a seller, for those that don't know, a seller is not going to look at your offer if there's no pre-approval with it because they don't know that you could actually get a loan. So it was only to get the pre-approval. And now that agent was disappointed too because she knew Shelly, and so she felt good about it. She was like, oh, Shelly's a great lender. This is an easy transaction. So then
So they accept the offer based on my letter and then switched it up.
So then that agent was like, what? We don't get to work with Shelly now, and we have to work. Now, the other agent got it closed on time. Everything was fine. But yeah, we wrote the terms based on you doing it, and the agent and seller were confident in you. So luckily everything went well still, but yeah, it's not fair. Don't do that to lenders.
Don't do that. All right, let's talk about a funny one. What about the wasps?
Well, that one, it's funny now. These are all funny now. They're not funny in the time.
They're not funny at the moment.
So the wasp kind of gives it away. So I'm showing a house. You ruined it. I'm showing houses in South Lake, which for those that aren't in this area, this is a high-end area,
Very
upscale.
nice area.
Beautiful homes. And so we're looking at, my clients and I are looking at this house and go out back. It's on a couple acres and it has a pool with a pool house behind it. We see the pool and we go into this like pool house, and it's basically a 1-bedroom apartment. And this little pool house has a back door with a patio that overlooks the 2 acres of land. So we thought we would go out the back door. Apparently everyone had been going back out the front door and around the house to see the yard. So we were the first people to open the door in a while. And as I pushed the door open, it opened outward. Black stuff started raining down on me. And I didn't know what it was at first, but then I realized that they were flying, and it was a wasp nest.
Oh my gosh.
And they were filling the house, swarming into the house. My clients behind me turned screaming and ran out the front door of the pool house. And yeah, I had them land all over my arm and staying all over my arm.
Do you carry Benadryl in your car?
I don't. The listing agent
now?
carry everything in my car.
Yes, you do.
The listing agent was there because sometimes that happens on these like luxury properties. He was there and he was waiting out front while we were looking. So he went into his seller's medicine cabinet trying to look for Benadryl for me, but it was expired by like 2 years. So
oh my gosh.
I made a run to Walgreens because I mean I do swell up, but when you get that many stings, you never know. So I drove home with my husband, the other agent. He's like, I'll finish showing your clients. You go home or to the hospital, whatever you need to do. So I kept my husband on the phone while I drove back and told him if I stopped responding to call 911.
Oh, that's awful.
It's funny
Things
now, but
that you go through, nobody realizes.
No. So we see, I mean, oh gosh, the amount of bugs though. That's not a house where you would expect it. I mean, I've seen termites, galore. Fleas. We've been attacked by fleas in houses.
What?
So, yes. Oh, there
like
was,
walking across the floor?
when we walked on the carpet, fleas started jumping up onto our legs.
Oh, you're kidding.
But usually those are like your investor specials. Like these are not great houses, but when you go into $1 million property, you don't usually expect
fleas.
We've had fleas. Well, I showed you the video with the termites, the flying termites. They were swarming everywhere. So
gosh.
gross. You just get home and you feel like you have to shower with some Clorox.
Like, get out. Get out. I have not experienced the bugs since, I don't have to go into people's houses. I just see the other things. Like one time there was an island full of cows, and we were trying to figure out how to account for income because the people who owned the land owned the cows, and they would shuttle them to like this island to eat for free and then come back. It was a weird income calculation thing. Yeah, the things we do on our end. It was like, we called it Cow Island by the end. But yeah, they shuttled the cows from one location to another one across water to eat for free. Well, and then they weren't supposed to actually be doing that.
Oh my gosh.
So we're like, we're not going to say anything about them illegally shuttling the cows to eat for free on the island. But
where was this at?
Oh my, I can't even say. But yeah, crazy things happen in this world. The things on the lending side, like we're always asking questions, right? Specifically about things. And okay, this is a little personal, not for me, but for somebody who will remain anonymous. We have to ask specific questions on certain loan types, and one of them had to do with disability pay. And so this one time we were asking, for a document showing the disability percentage, and it turns out it was from an STD.
They don't need to tell you what
and
it's for.
And we didn't need to know that. Like, we just
no.
needed the document that showed the percentage
Sometimes there's
of disability,
overshare.
And then it was an overshare, and we were like, oh my gosh, we can't unsee that. We can't unsee it. So we're like, okay, thanks. Thanks for that. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm sure you've seen some things when you're like showing houses.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's so funny because I'll have clients whenever I'm like knocking a lot on doors and I ring the doorbell and I open the door and I shout, "Realtor, I'm here. We're in your home." And they're like, "No one's here. Why are you shouting?" And they think it's silly. I'm like, no, the things I've seen. Even when we announce ourselves loud and clear, there was one I was showing and we thought there was cars outside. We thought we heard something when we went in. And so I kept announcing myself and we're like, I don't think anyone's here. So we're looking, we've seen most of the house and we get into the master bedroom and the bed, I mean, the house was just a mess to begin with. There was stuff everywhere, but the bed is unmade and there's blankets everywhere. And as I walked past to go to the bathroom, I had said hello as I walked in case someone was in the bathroom and someone says, "I know you're here." He was under the blankets and his head was he was at the bottom of the bed, like the foot of the bed.
What?
And he lifted it up and he goes, "Just look around, but you don't need to keep shouting." And I was like, what?
Oh, creepy.
I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
why didn't you acknowledge
Did
us?
you think that was a ghost at first?
I didn't know. Oh, some of these places might be haunted. I also had one, I guess they forgot we were coming. We saw the whole first floor. And as we started heading upstairs, we heard water. And we thought we heard water, and we kept asking, but the farther we got up the steps, we realized at the top of the steps it was a shower. Someone was in an upstairs bathroom in the shower.
Gosh. No.
So we very quickly turned and ran down the stairs and out the door, and we did not finish seeing that house.
Oh, they probably didn't put an offer on it?
No, didn't get to see all of it.
Oh, sketch. Okay, that's... Oh my gosh, we can go on and on and on, I think. All kinds of things that we see.
Well, so the crazy market where everyone was competing for houses. So
like what was that, 2021?
2021. One of my agents was getting ready to host an open house. And now we don't open the door early and we don't let people stay late for safety for the agents. And we always try to have 2 people at an open house.
Wasn't there like a line at that point?
Some
Was
we
there
did.
people-
It depended on how people handled the open houses. Like some you just had everybody in. Some made you wait outside. But oh my gosh, standing outside in 110-degree weather, waiting to see a house and
Yeah,
make
in
you late to your
Texas.
other appointments. So
Not-
most of the time you just have
not good.
everybody in at once. But this was 20 minutes before the open house and she was getting set up, waiting for backup to get there to help with the open house. And a guy kept banging on the door and said, "I know someone's in there. Let me in." And so she went to the door. I'm on the phone with her because she was getting freaked out. And I was like, "Tell him it starts at 1:00 and to come back." So she shouted through the door and that you need to come back. I'm not opening it early because she doesn't
Oh
have
my
anyone
gosh.
there with her. Well, this house had like a little dirt road that led to another property behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So she's on the phone with me. And while we're talking, she goes, "Oh my gosh, he's driven behind the house and climbed the fence." He climbed the fence in the backyard.
Oh my gosh.
So
People
I
were
told-
desperate. They were desperate back then.
So
he was
told her to
getting
shout
in.
at him that we were calling the police. And
Did he think he was going to come in the back door?
I guess. But yeah, I mean, they were desperate. Some people are just legit crazy. But yeah, they had to tell him the police
Apparently
were on
they
the
are.
way.
Oh my gosh,
And we had
that's so
the
scary.
police patrol the neighborhood during the open house as well in case he came back. Do
Oh
you have
my
any others?
gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's always good old fraud. There's always good old fraud. People think that they can make their own pay stubs.
Yeah.
I've had that happen multiple times, actually. And it's quite amazing how they think that they can get away with that with all the things that we have to double and triple check.
Well, yeah, because you have to talk to the employer too to verify.
We have to
And-
verify. We have to get it in writing. I mean, just all the things. They don't realize we're looking at W-2s. We're looking at pay stubs. We're looking at verification of employment. We're calling. We're looking online. We're Googling the company. So all those things. And when it doesn't line up, yeah, I had a couple times where the client just kind of disappeared because there was a bit too many questions being asked and they couldn't provide the correct
they
documentation.
just ghost you?
And they just ghost me. I'm like, well, I guess our instinct was correct on that one. Well, I don't want to go to jail for somebody.
No.
So-
Well, same thing. So I had a fraud with a roof. We were under contract. My seller found out that the roof needed to be replaced. So she filed with insurance. Well, then she found out that it was extra to remove the old roof. I mean, it's a charge to remove the old roof. It's covered by insurance. You can do what's called an overlay and put the new roof on top.
Oh my
and
gosh.
save a little money and get to pocket some of that maybe.
You are kidding.
So she wanted to do that. And I told her we had to let the buyers know and get their approval because it can cause issues for future claims and insurance. Yeah, just insurance issues. It's not good for the roof either if you have a bad roof underneath the new one. She didn't want me to tell the buyers.
Oh,
and it's part of the seller's disclosure. It asks how old the roof is and if it's an overlay. So I told her that she would at least have to fill that out again, and she was refusing.
What'd you do?
Well, I told her I was going to have to fire her as a client. I told her because even if she doesn't disclose it, I am legally required to tell them factual details that I know about. So if I know, she was pissed and didn't speak to me the rest of the contract through closing.
Oh my
Didn't
gosh.
talk to me at all. So we communicated through email and she wouldn't respond. I just sent her the things she needed. It was bad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
People are shady.
Yes, they are. We probably should have another episode where we share a lot more fun stories.
Yes. And if you have bought or sold a house and seen crazy things, you can share your
Ooh,
stories
please
with
let
us
us
too.
know.
Or if you're an agent, like, tell us your stories. We can make it anonymous
Yes, yes.
and share.
Just like Bob.
Yeah, Bob. Yeah. Not sharing any names with anybody. So, but yes, send us your stories because we want to hear them and we'll share them. 'Cause
Absolutely.
every once in a while we need a break from the serious talk. So,
Absolutely. We want to have fun too.
yes. So thank you for listening. And if you do want to share your stories, you can send us messages on our socials. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. It's Nestology Podcast. Or you can email us, nestologypodcast@gmail.com.
Fabulous. Make the best of your nest.
Bye.